some experiences that I will never, ever forget, like ever forget. I'm young, it's mat time. The kissing ended up expanding to like a full-blown makeout, like tongue, like, I do not know where the teacher went. Like another makeout session, I seen her crawl under. I don't know how this happened, but like we would be in the bathroom stall like maybe a minute or so, 2 minutes, and we would just be making out in the stall. Hello. This is I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. I am Shaunda, and this is my 14th episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. I wanted to give 3 announcements, just things that just hit me. One is being that I brought a new book called Homebodies. I haven't read it yet. It's just all part of my production. It's on the table, and I really love my little people here. They look great, you know. They really give the I'm just sharing vibe, you know, so that's cool. And then other is the I'm just sharing with Shaunda in my bio. Okay, I know that my bio said I'm talking about my customer experiences and how they affect me inside and outside the workplace, but as these episodes go on, I just see that I am just sharing. I really want to go with my title. It will be about work experiences. It will be talking about my life outside of work and experiences with my sisters, with my family, with my friends. So yeah, that's all that is. And I will be updating that. So it's going to be updated soon. Give me some time. One more serious thing. Is just I wanted to give my prayers out to people in Israel and what they're all going through. I'm not in that situation, but thinking about it has got me very emotional and very sad about the families who don't know where their kids or anybody is. You know, they don't know what's going on, and the feeling of not knowing and the unknown, and keeping calling anybody and there is no answer. We don't know if like they're hurt. We don't know if they're killed. And then also the people that are just being held hostage, people who are their lives being threatened. I just want to give prayers out to those people. It's so crazy because like what I want with this whole situation, if there was a man who existed, I was thinking about X-Men and the Apocalypse movie, and how Apocalypse, just took all the weapons and bombs and nuclear bombs and they just went up in the air. And I want that to happen so much. I want that to happen so much because I feel like people will have a fighting chance with just themselves and not having somebody feel like they're full of power with a weapon in my face, or you're right at a button that you can push and then it ends all. Like I want that to go. I want that scene to happen. Not where he like takes over the world, but I want that scene to happen so bad where just all the weapons just go up in space. It's just knowing ourselves as individual people and wanting to have power, like we'll make more. I was just like, of course you would, but like I just want that to happen where we just don't have to be in this situation. There's so much more things that we could be worrying about, but it's just that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to get my prayers out. But okay, we move on to the episode, and I just wanted to share some experiences that I will never, ever forget, like ever forget. And I have to use some names because I really want to find out where these people are. So like school, I'm going to say it's school. I'm trying to paint a picture. I'm in school. I'm young. It's mat time, that kind of age. I can't really remember what grade. And the third story is just going to kind of circle back on where I'm so confused and discombobulated. But there was a dude named Cameron, and he was a light-skinned guy. I don't know, he had to wear uniforms, I believe, but he was a light-skinned dude, young kid. I'm young, and we had mat time, and I knew that he was my boyfriend. I forgot how we became boyfriend and girlfriend, but we were boyfriend and girlfriend. And in the class, I knew that I was like the top student, and my teacher like loved me. Like she just loved me all outdoors. I was really, really good. And I used to get like snacks and like small treats from her and whatnot for just being the top student in that class. And then he would ask me for something. I'm like, no, like this is mine. I earned this. I've earned this. And he would just get upset. I'm like, don't be like that. Don't be like that. Then I like break a piece so he can like have like a little bit of something just so he know that I cared or whatever. But kids, kids time. But I just remember there was a day and it was mat time, and we were all on the mat, and I forgot the dinosaur movie that we had to watch, and we were watching it, and it was cool. The lights are out. Let me just mention, I do not know where the teacher was. I do not know where the teacher was. I do not know where the teacher went. Me and him were watching a movie, but because it was dark, we were like laying down on our stomachs. And I'm just looking up at the TV, and then I would like look at him, and then somehow we just ended up kissing. Right, the kissing ended up expanding to like a full blown make out, and like just it was a make out session. I don't know what I was doing at this age, but we were like tonguing each other down. And it was so interesting too, because then I had like one of my other like girlfriends that were like hanging out. She was watching and then saw us like, ooh, and it didn't say anything. I was like, stop. Like, no. And didn't say anything, knowing that the teacher somehow she went somewhere, but we were like still kissing. We were like on each other, like tongue, like and we were also giving her a show because she just couldn't look away. Like I was just like mind your own business. But she was just like, I don't know if she was jealous or not, but like he was my boyfriend. And this is what we as kids did. We made out. And again, the lights were out. It was dark. We were supposed to be watching TV. We would watch the TV because the movie would get us. And then like he would like turn my head and I would kiss him, and I would turn his head and kiss him when he was watching the movie. It was like a back and forth thing. I seriously don't know where the teacher went. I just can't like imagine that it really was on the floor. And I'm not going to say like it was dark, like the lights are out, but it was still somewhere out in the open. She was supposed to be watching us as a class. I don't know where she went. She wasn't at her desk. She was probably outside talking to another teacher, doing her own thing. So that was that. And I don't know what happened to him after he just wasn't around anymore. I think he like moved and he just wasn't in that school anymore. So that was him. But that was just one thing that I just never forget with him. So moving on, another grade, I'm a little bit older, and this is around the time where you had to like walk in the line to the bathroom and have your finger in front of your mouth to keep quiet type of deal. And then this girl, her name was Ashley. She was light skinned with like poofy hair. I don't know. She was my friend in school. I can't really remember the grade, but hopefully it paint a picture where you're just in line and you have to walk in line with your finger in front of your mouth to the bathroom. And two people had to go in at a time. But I just had to say, when we did form a line in our classroom, she would make sure that she was like behind me or that I was in front of her, just to make sure that we were together, right? So like when we would walk to the bathroom, it was two at a time in the bathroom, and we would go into the bathroom together. I would be in the big stall because she's like, go in the big stall, go in the big stall. And I was like, okay, I go in the big stall. Like, I still got to do what I need to do, whatever, maybe. And then she would be in the small stall next to me. She would then, I'm already finished my business, or nothing would happen about my business because I just had a feeling like it was just very weird because I seen her crawl under. I would say the first time when I seen her crawl under, I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And she would crawl under, and then somehow, I don't know if she asked to kiss me or she just kissed me. And my interest was piqued. So I just started kissing her back, and we would have like another makeout session as kids. I don't know how this happened, but like we would be in the bathroom stall like maybe a minute or so, 2 minutes, and we would just be making out in the stall. She would then crawl underneath her stall, go back into hers, and then we would just walk out like nothing ever happened. Of course, we would wash our hands, but then we would walk out and like it was nothing that happened, and we would just go back and like enjoy our day, and that's it. Um, I believe it was another time where we did it again. It was a couple times. I think it was like 3 times in total where we had our makeup session, either her being the big stall and then I would crawl from the small stall to her and then we would make out. I would say the last time that it happened, which was the third time, was I believe a student ended up telling the teacher, like, they're making out. They're making out in the bathroom. And then the teacher like came in and we were like on the side where you can't see in the little slot there. So she was just like, I know that you guys are in there. You need to come out right now. And we didn't want to open the door. We didn't want to open the door because it's just like, oh yeah, we're not supposed to be in the bathroom together. And then we both moved to where you can see in a little slot. She's like, come out here right now. And she said, you guys are not supposed to be doing that because we did open the door. And she said, you aren't supposed to be in the same bathroom together. You are not supposed to be. And I think she like called on what we were doing. Like we weren't in the act, but we were in the same bathroom stall. So that was that. And then I want to say from that time, like ongoing, the teacher would make sure that I would go in by myself, well, not by myself, with another student to do what I needed to do and then come right out. And then she would go into another time. Again, I do not know how this just rolled up into my life, but it just happened. It just makes me think about like how I am now. I'm attracted to men and women. Still men mostly. Like I had my woman experience before. That's just another story that I can share later. But like, it was just as a kid, I just didn't know. Like I don't know. Like I knew I knew about kissing. I knew about liking somebody. Like I'm not gonna say attraction, but I'm gonna say liking somebody. And both of them were like cool kids at my, different times and different stages in my life or whatever. And it was just real interesting how that played out. And yeah. So if Cameron or Ashley see this, I hope you remember me and that I was that girl. I was the girl. Both of you guys, I just remember both of you. So that is that. My third, I want to say, and this is why I'm all discombobulated and remembering things. There was a time where I was like playing tag. I was like the homeboy of the neighborhood and I was playing with the guys and we were cool. I was the person that had to tag people. I was the person that was, I was it. And there was this one part of our house that had like a little like inner indent of where we were. And then there was like a brick. It was a townhome. And in front of the little slot there was a bush. And he went in between the bushes. And for some reason, I knew that I was just very, not scared to go in, but I just didn't like the way how leaves would hit my face going into the spot. So I ended up like closing my eyes and running. And besides going into the slot and running between that little part that just would have got me in that slot and out, I went head first into the brick. And I remember like pushing back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just hit my head. And still, playing. I don't know. And I don't remember if I went to my mom or just ended up going in the house and she just seen this knot on my head. Like, what happened? I'm like, oh, I hit my head. And I believe she told me not to fall asleep. It's very tough to remember what happened after. But I know that I did end up falling asleep, which is pretty bad because I ended up like hitting right in the middle of my head. And hit my head. And it's just very weird to think about like that I did go to sleep. I'm still here. Thank goodness I'm still here. But it's just like very weird that kind of injury, and I'm still cool. But mentally, I get very upset when my sisters or my family ends up telling the story and I do not remember anything. I'm part of the story. I was like in there. I was like right there that they say. And I'm like, I don't remember that. And it gets me so upset that I don't remember because it's just like, wow, these are times that I'm just not going to forget, which is very weird. those two specific stories, I remember to a T, because I'm just not going to remember, not forget that. But anything else specifically happened with my family, or there was a time that we went out and I just don't remember the small details, or just remember that whole story in general. Like, oh, that happened. Like, yeah, I get so upset. And sometimes emotional. It's just like, wow, like I do not remember that. And I really feel like it was because of the incident that I had. And I feel like I need to go get like a brain scan and just see where my head is these days, because even taking on new information sometimes, like of course with work, I will always remember things. I've been doing it for 5 years now. It's been a repeated thing every day. I'm going to know what I'm talking about. Learning cybersecurity, sometimes I feel like some things are just in one ear and out of the other. I don't want to feel anything starting fresh is going to make me feel a little bit dumber. But I've been doing this studying for a couple months now, and I feel like I'm retaining all the information. But sometimes it's just a little bit irritating that there's like certain things that I want to talk about with other people, and then it just doesn't come to me. Yeah, but I want to say that was that. There are times, but let me just move on to my random thought. My random thought, and this is just going back. Okay, I want to start with my mom. With my mom when we were younger, going home. Uh, Anytime that she had to use the bathroom, and we're on the road, I just remember her scooting to the edge of her seat and like not zooming, but she was going fast. She was going fast to end up home so she could do her thing. And she used to do this little, I call it the pee-pee dance, before you go. She would crisscross her legs, standing up, crisscross, and like bouncing, right? And as she's bouncing, she's undoing her buttons. And then she would do another bounce, right? Because the second bounce would have her ready to like scroll, like to just go up to the steps and make her way to the bathroom. And that was that. That was that. That's like the small minor one. But I feel like my random thought comes to number 2, right? In the preparation. You feel the uncomfortable feeling of your stomach forming whatever it needs to form and telling you like you need to go to the bathroom. And it's just so uncomfortable because I'm like, oh, my stomach. And I know that there were like some times where I'm like at work and I'm talking to like a customer and there's a situation where I can't really just excuse myself for a couple minutes because I'm on the phone and I'm like, oh, I gotta wait. I'm on the phone with customer service. I gotta wait. And like my stomach is like talking to me. It's not making like out loud noise, but I feel it forming whatever it needs to form. And it's just so like, oof. Ooh, shotgun to the stomach. And it just doesn't feel good. And I just don't like that uncomfortable feeling that just guts and bubble guts and the stomach just being where it is. And it's like telling you like, you have to go do this. And whatever it needs to come out is knocking at the door and you need to go. You need to go. And it's just super uncomfortable. It's just those like 2 things. I have to blame, of course, what you eat, but mostly my top 2, and I have to put them out there, is Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell. It leads to another consequence. Just something's knocking at your door and you need to go sit down. And hopefully you're sitting down at the right place. Yeah, no, that's where I get stuck at. That's where I get stuck at with that. But that's just my random thought. It's just mostly the uncomfortable feeling of before you gotta go. And sorry, I should have gave a warning. I should have gave a warning first about that. But I just wanted to just say that. That was my random thought. Please. Okay. And then I am going to, my last segment is appreciate the little things. And appreciating the little things just all come down to like the most smallest thing. I have to appreciate Lip balm. Okay. Lip balm definitely comes in handy. All right. I feel like I talk a lot with certain customers. Sometimes I feel like as a day and I have makeup on, like I just like feel like my lips are drier. And I'm talking to a customer and I don't want to lick my lips because as soon as you lick your lips, they get dry. You're going to see that crust. I'm like, nah, I need lip balm. And I carry one and it's so weird. I buy the EOS. I don't even know. EOS? I don't even know if you put them together or if it's just EOS. Don't hurt me now. But I have them and it's very weird that I get the one that has 4 packs in there. Somehow they end up all missing. They end up all gone. I do not know how they end up all gone, but they just leave. They're not in the same place. Probably some gonna end up washed. Somebody end up in another like coat pocket, but then it's not in the coat pocket anymore. Maybe a bag, maybe a car. It's just not there. And then I ended up buying another pack, and I keep one in my bag on the sales floor and just make sure that I put it on because I swear I just cannot go with my lips just feeling dry, even though sometimes they aren't. And it's very weird. And I never want to feel like I want to be aware of myself, and I never want to seem full of myself that I'm checking myself in my phone. But it's just like, no, I need to check myself in my phone because I want to be looking right in front of another person, because nobody feels comfortable with correcting somebody like, hey, you got something hanging out your nose, or your lips are dry. Nobody is going to say that. So I need to make sure that I'm checking up on myself to make sure I'm cool. Is that wrong? I don't feel like I am. Lip balm, okay? Lip balm. Keep the lip balm on you. I feel like it comes in handy always, all the time. That's all I have to say about that. I appreciate lip balm. All right. That is another episode of I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. Please remember to rate, like, comment, and subscribe. You can do all those on YouTube. You can do all those on Apple and Spotify. I'm Just Sharing with Shaunda. Share with me. I don't even know how I can stress this. I just want to know people. Like, I can't be the only one feeling this way about these experiences. So please share with me your experiences. Email me at imjustsharingpod@gmail.com. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Another episode will come to you. Back at it again with the YouTube video. I don't even know how to end this, but hey, bye. 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 Okay. I'm gone. Bye.